No, we're not gonna start running already. All right, that's all we can do with Seth. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Wouldn't be a normal Monday morning without some technology issues. Good morning, Lori and Rochelle. Welcome back, Noor. So Seth's kind of being a butt already. Hopefully this works. I'm not sure why the stabilizer and the phone just aren't communicating today. If not, we'll just have to suffer through it with some shaky video. Hi, mister. You gonna be good? You're not gonna be good, I can tell. I can tell. Hopefully, I know for sure around 2 o'clock, Carol will be going live with the Dodo Impact, and some more of our big cats will be getting some pumpkins. So make sure you guys watch for that. That's usually around 2 p.m. on Mondays. Hi. I know, you want to be really bad right now, and I can't let you do that. This is Seth Tiger. You guys are just joining. Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. Seth's being crazy, so we're gonna walk away. Can't condone that behavior. I am so sorry about the stabilizer issue. I'm starting to think I just need to take it out of the stabilizer and hand carry it. All right, no, we're leaving, Sarah. Seth came to us with a previous injury that never got treated, so he gets a pretty bad swelling. Ooh. Yep, there goes the stabilizer again. Okay, bear with me for just a second. I'm gonna remove it from the stabilizer because it's not obviously gonna work like that today. All right, you guys are just gonna have to bear with a shaky video, but we're gonna hang in there and just see a couple more cats. A very busy day. No, sir. I have to drive away very slowly. Drive away very slowly because otherwise he wants to chase. So we're coming around and seeing Hoover's enclosure. I apologize, I'm not really looking at comments at all. I do try to go back later on and go through those comments. Here's Hoover. Good morning, sir. Hi, was that a chuff? Oh, thank you. Oh, so much to say. So much to say. So it's a lot cooler here than it has been. High 50s, low 60s in the morning. We're getting up to mid 70s, low 80s during the day. It's wonderful. We love it. The cats love it. A pretty view of the lake. The lake was steaming this morning and it was really cool. So I definitely can't see comments now. So it looks like Tut toppled over his spooky haunted house. If you guys are following us on Instagram, I started Thursday evening and I am posting all the photos I have of any of the cats that got Halloween enrichment or pumpkins. I didn't get to photograph several of them, but the ones that I have I've been sharing. Here's Tut. Did you knock over your spooky mansion? Yeah. Spooky mansion. Actually, we should go look at Max and Marianne's. They got like the double-decker mansion and they loved it. Make a little turn here. And there's Moses and Bailey. We don't get to see them very often and they're actually sitting out, so let's go see them. Then we'll go check on Max and Marianne. Hi! This is Moses. Thank you, Randy, for your donation. Hi, Mo. What you doing?
I'm working with Hoover right now. I'm having to bring Cameron right up, and he should
that was it for that. So you saw Moses and a little glimpse of Bailey. Sometimes Bailey comes back out. Moses! Yep, I'm gonna continue posting those on our Instagram through Halloween night. So if you guys don't follow us on Instagram, it's instagram.com/bigcatrescue. You can actually see it on your computer as well as if you download the app for your phone. Here's Moses again. And Afton put out a really cute pumpkin video. I'm sure she's gonna do another video that has the actual Halloween enrichment. Sometimes Bailey just pounces out of nowhere out of those grasses at him, but... Alright, is that all we're getting this morning? Okay. Let's go check on Max and Marianne and see what their haunted mansion looks like today. Actually, Tut's back over there where he is. Trying to probably figure out how to get back in there now that he knocked it over. You gonna put it right side up? There he goes. Tutters! Did you disappear? The keepers ought to be able to flip it right side back up. What are you doing in there? Hi! This is King Tut. He's a Savannah cat. What you doing in there? Yeah, thank you, Diane. So those of you that are new to us, you might see comments about baby cakes. So baby cakes was at least a 23-year-old African genet. Still rubbing on the catnip. And he had been living in staff offices for quite some time. In fact, I mean, I've been a senior keeper for almost a full year now, and I only trained to clean baby cakes one time in that whole time frame because he got moved indoors. There he goes. Good morning, everybody. So my stabilizer is not working, so I apologize for how bumpy and shaky this is. Good morning. Let's go see Max and Marianne's little mansion here. I'm also not really watching the comments at all because at least when I have the stabilizer, I have a free hand. When I don't, I have to hold with both hands, and then I'm really watching where I'm walking. Hi, Max. Hi. This is Max, and that's Marianne. I want to go see what you guys did to your mansion. But baby cakes took a turn for the worst on Saturday afternoon. And unfortunately, when Dr. Wynn came out yesterday, the decision was made to help him comfortably cross the Rainbow Bridge. So we lost baby cakes yesterday. From what Carol posted, I honestly don't know that much about genets, is they normally live maybe 7 to 9 years. He's estimated at least 23. He's been here for over 18. So that's what's left of their spooky mansion. When I pulled up this morning, Marianne was just sitting on that pile. So I'm getting a lot of questions about Cameron. Unfortunately, nothing has really changed with Cameron. He is still being very, very picky. Catherine got a tiny bit of food and meds in him yesterday, but then he refused to come out of the den last night. So he still has not eaten anything significant. It's been several days. I believe they're gonna try a whole turkey and possibly a feathered bird for him today. Here's Max and Marianne. You guys are so silly. You can see behind me that
it's breakfast
the
time.
feeders are here. So they are getting food and they know the drill. You'll see Max go into his lockout and then you'll see Marianne chase the other keeper all the way down. This is Dylan and Mike. Marianne's gonna follow Mike all the way down. It looks like it's a red and mush day. So you can see Marianne's in that lockout all the way down there. And this is the most important time for the keepers in the morning because all the cats come out and go into lockout for breakfast, and it's the best way for us to get a really close look at them. We can check, make sure that they're running and walking okay. Are they chewing on both sides? Do they have a hot spot? Are they missing fur? Are they acting strange in any possible way? This is our best tell on that. And Max is a huge bobcat, so he crowds his plate. You can see he basically takes up the entire plate, so Dylan has to get creative and get the food all the way in and around him. Good job, Maxie. Looks like he's actually got red and chicken necks as well as mush. Mush is just a ground beef diet. It's the entire animal ground up, so it's actually the healthiest thing for them. Yeah. Sometimes they push the food out with their faces, so Dylan's just using a stick to push it a little bit further in. When they crowd the plate like that, I think Running Bear and Max are really bad about just standing right in the middle of the plate. And you don't want to make them eat out of the dirt, so you try to get creative. Alright, enjoy, Maxie! So I'm also thinking maybe, I checked in with Frosty last week on one of my lives, but we can go check on him again today. Kristen, actually, I originally started a feed with Hutch, and that's when my stabilizer started going crazy. So I shut that feed down and started a new one. So Hutch is doing well. He's very anxious to get out of the hospital. Oh, Miss Breezy. There's Breezy. Hi, sweet girl. You patiently waiting? You are patiently waiting. What a good girl. Max and Marianne, I don't recall their exact ages. They are younger in our world because a lot of our cats get up into their 20s. But you can read all the cat bios at bigcatrescue.org/catbio. And that would give you their birth dates and ages and when they came here and when they were introduced to each other. Thank you, Fred, for your donation. So Breezy is now on the front half of that enclosure. And Mr. Frosty, I have to find out where he is in the back half here. Oh, there he is. Oh, and he's eating breakfast. What a good boy. Catherine and Afton said that every day he's been out, he's been eating more and more. He likes this den right here with the hay in it. So it looks like Frosty's getting chicken this morning. He got used to kind of eating wherever he wanted in the hospital, so we haven't been making Frosty go into lockout. He's still getting the food pushed right up to him. Thank you to everybody who's helping answer questions and comments. I have not been watching the comments. I apologize. When I get back to my desk, though, I'll go through the comments and reach out to anyone who had a question that didn't get answered. This is Frosty Serval. I I believe Frosty is actually our oldest cat on property. When I look at the birth dates, both Frosty and Riza are listed for 1/1/1995, and that would be our oldest. Tiger Lily is 4/30/1995. So those are our top 3 oldest cats on property at the moment, all 23 years old. So Frosty has advanced kidney disease, and he was living in the recovery hospital for quite a while because it was just too hot out here. He wasn't staying hydrated enough, and the flies and bugs were just brutal to him. So it's significantly cooler now, so we're hoping he does a little bit better. If you're referring to KittyCon, it went really, really well. Jen Leon said it was a huge hit as far as there was just a ton of people there. KittyCon Tampa Bay was on Saturday from 11 to 7, I believe. A lot of our volunteers and a few of our staff members were there. And yeah, Carol Afton, myself, and Lauren Buckingham did a panel. And you can find that at facebook.com/Wildcat Walkabout. You know who else I see out running around that we don't always see as Perfection. Hi, Perfection! Hi, sweet girl! That's her feeding lockout over there, so she's ready. Ready. So Perfection is an Ocelot. This little box that you see off the side of her main cage is called a feeding lockout. There she goes. She's got amazing camouflage. Thank you guys. Yeah, it's funny, Afton and I both talked about how just like horribly nervous we were to do the panel. We're obviously fairly social people. We do run social media sites for Big Cat. We do Facebook Lives, and you know, we're generally pretty friendly, but to sit in front of an audience was a little scary. I was pretty worried whether I'd get through it without crying, because I kind of knew the question that Jen was going to ask me, and my story on how I got to Big Cat is fairly emotional for me, so I was like, oh no. I'm gonna cry in front of a bunch of strangers, but I got through it. This is Perfection. And this week, all we're gonna be doing is getting ready for the Wildcat Walkabout. It's here, it's here. I faked her out twice. She's like, you didn't bring the food. So now Dylan's feeding Perfection. She's usually not shy when it comes to food. Yeah, well, it was pretty surreal. I mean, Carol is such a significant, you know, like hero in my life. To sit alongside her at a panel was pretty mind-blowing. And same thing with what Lauren Buckingham does for Big Cat Rescue is absolutely incredible. And Afton is just super talented, so she's creative, and she's actually the first person that suggested. She knew I had been a photographer for a very long time, and so she suggested that I photograph a rescue coming in, which happened to be Seth and Gabby and Priya and Andy and Shiraka. So that's kind of what kicked it off, I think, where everybody noticed that, oh yeah, this girl's been photographing things since 2005. We can trust her, we know what she's doing. Rob, I found Big Cat Rescue on YouTube. I found a video of Joseph Lyon. Started watching all the YouTube videos, and I found the website bigcatrescue.org/get-involved. Thank you, Susan, for posting that for him. And the rest is history. I mean, it's a long, drawn-out story. I got involved because of the Zanesville, Ohio massacre in 2011. where Terry Thompson released all of his exotic animals, at least 56 of them, and committed suicide. And it was all over our news, all over our highway signs, and by the next day they had all but a few had been shot and killed, and it was horrific. So that kind of led me into how in the world does somebody get a hold of that many animals? I mean, lions, tigers, bears, wolves, primates, just crazy. And that's kind of what led me into how do I get involved. And I found Joseph. Joseph was from Ohio as well. And my husband and I started researching living near Tampa, and here we are, a handful of years later. Here she goes, Clean Plate Club. Let's go see. Yeah, I figured Mr. Crazy would be out. I can't get super close to any of the cats today because I don't have the stabilizer. The stabilizer is what allows me to put the camera up pretty close to the cats because I'm not physically holding it. But we all know Nabisco. He's very reachy. Hi, Reachy boy. Hi. Hi, Pumpkin. Look at all that winter fur coming back. Yay. In the middle of the summer, he looked like a awkward teenager because he's getting so big, but he was so skinny. Yay! Now he's putting all the fluff back on. All the bobcats are getting all the fluffs. Yep. I think he really enjoys this enclosure. He sees Mike. Mike's not the one that feeds you, sweet boy. There's Mr. Fluff. Yeah, he's like, oh, that guy has food. He's usually fed by Jamie, so you gotta wait a little bit longer. He doesn't have your food.
Did he feed her and for him?
No, I think Jamie comes in today.
Oh, she does him?
Yeah. Hi, silly biscuit.
Simba sure loves him.
Oh, he sure does. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever heard? Mike was just talking about Simba, our Savannah cat. Most of you have seen some of Afton's videos with him while he's eating and how hilarious he is. This is Mrs. Claus. Hi, Mrs. Mrs. and Nabisco are fed by Jamie on the weekdays. What'd you do to your coolaroo, lady? Hi. What did you do to your coolaroo? You gonna pee on me? I figured. I know. If any of you are first-time watchers, this is Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. We're one of the world's largest accredited sanctuaries dedicated to rescuing abandoned, abused, and neglected big cats. Hello, Nikki. Again, I apologize. Hey, Tanya. If I have not been responding to questions, I've really just been focusing on where I'm walking and how close I am to the cats. Yeah, Paul, I've heard a lot of people say they found us on YouTube. That's Chris Poole is the one that was originally from Coal and Marmalade who was making our videos. And then when he left, Afton took over. And Afton has been making all the recent years. And that social media stuff really, really does help people learn about the cats. It's how I found how to get involved. Oh, she can walk directly under that. That's hilarious. Looks like Simba's already done and taken a bath. Hi, is it bath time? I won't interrupt. Hi, sweet boy. Yeah, was breakfast so good? Yeah, it was really good. This is Simba, our Savannah cat. No, Elizabeth, I didn't see that. I think I thought I saw a promotion for it, but I didn't actually see it. Oh, if you look, you might see Ariel. She's by that blue toy. Hi, Ariel. You sneaking away? Ariel, hi. Will you come talk to me? Ariel Bobcat will sometimes come over to me in the afternoons, but I better be doing operant conditioning, aka treats. No, I think we're gonna get snubbed by Ariel. She's over there on that other side now. Her favorite place to be is up on that platform. And that's generally where she hangs out. Hi, baby girl. Ariel. We have just under 70 cats here on 67 acres. Looks like she might be watching birds and squirrels. You can see her tail moving. She's watching something up in that tree. You gonna get it? Ariel! Ooh, oh. Yeah, it's a squirrel all the way up there is what she's watching. I was hoping we'd get to see her go up on our platform. Ariel's such a pretty bobcat. She's just gonna hide under there. Well, this is Pharaoh. Hi. Hi, sweet boy. What's going on? It's just Mike.
There you are.
It's just Mike. Oh, so we're gonna say maybe Ariel will get breakfast.
Little kitten. Oh, you get a lot of food.
Mike is a yellow shirt, and he is actually gonna feed Ariel. If we stay tucked right here, we might actually get a view of her. And this is Pharaoh. Pharaoh is also fed by Jamie, so Jamie's got her own little feeding route. Amy, I believe Carol and Howard have bought up all the surrounding properties that they can. A lot of it's developed now. In she goes. That's Ariel Bobcat. Getting breakfast. Looks like it's a chicken neck and mush day.
I'm sorry, my boy.
So this is kind of a rare treat. You guys are seeing Ariel is the bobcat you see a little bit further away. And Pharaoh is the white serval that you see next to me. He just moved out of frame because he wanted to watch Mike. But this is a rare treat because Ariel, I think in the 6 months I've been doing this, I've maybe shown you guys Ariel one time. Yeah, Pharaoh is an African serval, but he's got a white coat due to a trait called leucism. And that's caused from inbreeding. His parents were probably a little too closely related. Yeah, you tell him. So we've got Pharaoh the white cat and Ariel who's eating in her feeding lockout. She's doing a very good job. Hi. Hi, cute boy. I know, I didn't bring the food. I'm sorry. You're on a different feeding route. I don't really want to get up and walk away because I don't want to startle Ariel. If she's willing to eat in my presence, then that's what we're going to watch. Yeah, I mean, Cameron's an 18-year-old lion. Every day is precious with them. They only live 10 to 12 years in the wild, so captivity is prolonged because they eat and get proper nutrition and have medical care. But if he won't eat and he won't take meds, it's a real problem. Joseph did that at the end. Joseph was very blatant that it was his time. Susan, yeah, I hope to, as I mentioned earlier, Carol's going to go live on the Dodo Impact around 2 o'clock today. And rumor has it, some more tigers are getting some pumpkins with some treats. And I'm hoping that later this afternoon I'll be able to follow coordinator Lauren Buckingham today if she's able to do some grooming with Sundari, one of our leopards. Jamie has been out here since she was a kid. It's Carol's daughter. She's the Big Cat Rescue president. And Pharaoh and the other cats that are Jamie's cats are just a feeding route. She, wants to stay involved as a keeper, obviously, so she's basically helped raise and create Big Cat Rescue, so. I'll be totally honest with you, if you have to think about losing Cameron or Zabu, we've all kind of talked that we think Cameron going first would actually be the better scenario. We think Zabu would bounce back a little bit easier, whereas we've seen Cameron's reaction just when Zabu goes to the hospital, and he doesn't take it nearly as well. It's gonna be tragic regardless. How do you even deal with something like that? I don't know. I can't even think about it, but they're pretty good at letting us know it's time to let them go, so we're doing exactly what we can to help him, but try not to startle Ariel. We'll actually go over and also see Nala. Good job, sweet girl. You're okay. I'm just passing by. All right. Lori, yeah, there is actually, if you just Google Big Cat Rescue staff, you should come across the staff page. I also have a public profile page. So it's facebook.com/BrittanyMiraBCR if somebody wants to post that, but you can see what I look like and follow my journey here on that page. This is Nala. So what Pharaoh looked like over there, this is technically what he should have looked like. This is an African serval named Nala. But because he had that trait called leucism, it created the white coat. If you really look closely at Pharaoh, he's got 2 or 3 serval spots on him, but he is obviously overall white. Yep, sweet Nala. I love Nala to death. She's actually always been one of my favorite servals. That tail of hers just kills me. But she really just doesn't like me. If I give her enrichment, she ignores it, but when other people do, she's all over it. She's very hissy to me. I still love her anyway. Nikki, the Cougars are doing well. Riza went back outside yesterday, but I heard Karma say that she didn't want to come out of the den this morning, which that's actually not unusual for Riza. Riza usually hates us all for a few days after she comes out of the hospital, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, you guys are the ones that feed me, we're cool. Yes, Jessica, Nala is the one that had broken her leg. I know. I call her my little vampire girl. That's the face I always get. Like I mentioned earlier, my stabilizer was not functioning this morning, so I am just hand carrying the phone, so I can't get super close. Thank you for joining us, Gloria. Yeah, I know. You're a wild one. You're a wild one. Yeah, if anybody's asking about our cages, she's always like, what's on my tail? It's just your tail, silly. I tell her she has a raccoon tail. It's such a big
What
tail.
a good girl.
She did very good. Clean Plate Club. She always chases her own tail. It's so silly. What is that? Just your tail. Actually, let's do a little cut through over here. Maybe we'll get a glimpse at Zimba. Zimba is one of my favorites too. He's such a sweet old man. He's the last one out of the group he came in with. And he has these beautiful blue eyes, which is not normally what you see with a serval. Looks like he's eating breakfast too. Hi, Zim. Hi, Zim Zim. So Zim is finishing up breakfast. Hi, gorgeous. So what you see him eating there is what we lovingly call mush, but it's just a ground beef diet. It's the whole animal ground, so they're getting intestinal meat and roughage that they would normally get naturally in their diet. Sounds like Lauren is actually down there trying to get Riza out right now. Probably won't walk down there now that I know she's down there because I don't want to affect her getting her to come out. That's the thing, if too many keepers are around after you've caught them to go to the hospital, they sort of think it's a trap again. And what you're seeing Zimba in is just his feeding lockout. It's a guillotine door, a smaller box area that connects, I mean, this whole other enclosure area is his. You can learn about how all of our cages are designed at bigcatrescue.org/cages. You'll see that they're designed in a way that wind can easily pass right through them. They are structurally sound because they're designed in a round bubble wall type of design so that they can't just blow over. We are obviously in Tampa, Florida, so we have a storm season every single year, so all that was well thought out. Flooding isn't a major problem here either. We have a big lake that everything drains into, and if we do get some flooding, it's not in the cat cages, it's actually on the tour path. So it sort of turns into its own little river, which is brilliantly designed. Zim Zim, you've got 2 pieces left. You better get them. Yep. Yep. Oh, one more. Yep, there you go. Yes, Sheena, we are open to the public every day but Thursdays. Thursdays are our project day, so it's kind of the loud, obnoxious day, so we wouldn't want to be open to the public. That's where we do all the mowing of the grass and weed eating. Hi. Hi, handsome. That's the official Serval hello, in case you didn't know. Every day but Thursday we have guided tours, and you can learn about all of those at bigcatrescue.org/tickets. Thank you again to everybody who's helping answer questions and posting links for me. It's always super helpful. And again, this was Zimba with a Z. Have a great day, Paul. Thank you for joining us. Thank you again to everybody who's donated and everybody who's sharing this feed. Good morning, Jane. If you guys are just joining, we have seen quite a few cats. In a smaller separate feed this morning, we checked in with Hutch Serval, who's in the hospital recovering from an exam. He's doing well. The youngest cat we have here, I believe, is Nabisco. Nabisco is one of the Bobcats that I showed you earlier. And you can learn all the cats and all their ages at bigcatrescue.org/catbio. Good morning, Monica. So we checked in with Hutch, and then I had to shut it down and start a new feed because my stabilizer went crazy. And so we saw a little bit of Seth, We got some nice chuffs and moans from Hoover. We saw Max and Marianne. We also saw King Tut, the Savannah cat, being adorable in his little spooky mansion. So you'll definitely want to rewatch from the beginning. All of these live feeds post automatically at facebook.com/Wildcat Walkabout. Hi, Zukari. Zukari is one of our younger servals. Hi, sir. Thank you, Trina, for your donation. But it looks like you already ate all your breakfast. All your breakfast. All right. I guess that's what we get. Yeah, he's gonna go up the platform at some point and spend the rest of the morning up there. I don't think we're gonna make it down to the Caracals. I think I'm gonna hop over and see. Hi. Hop over and see Gil again, and then we're probably going to close it down for now. I'm hoping to come back and go live a little later with Lauren Buckingham, and thank you, Lori, for your donation, and Sundari. I'll show you guys how some of our certified keepers are able to have grooming cats. Oh, he's playing with something. I don't know what it is. What are you playing with? Oh, nothing. You're up there now. Good job, bud. Alright, let's go find Gilly. And then Carol will also be live on the Dodo Impact, so make sure you watch that page around 2 o'clock today. We usually try to share it to our own Facebook page as well, and you can always watch the replay. Jessica, I really like watching Zukari chase carts like that too. It's really nice to see him stretch his legs, and it's a good example to show how far his cages extend from end to end. Here's Mr. Gilly. He's hanging out in lockout. Go around the corner here. It is 8:54 a.m. in Tampa, Florida right now. And it's in the low 60s. It's sweatshirt weather. Yay, finally. Finally. Until about 11 o'clock, and then it's too hot, and then you have to take the sweatshirt off. But I'll take what I can get. Hi, sir. You waiting for breakfast? You already ate. I can tell. Hi. Hi, handsome. This is Gilligan. Look at that face. He's sniffing me to be like, would you bring me? Did you bring me something? I'm sorry, bud. I didn't feed this morning. I went live. So thank you again to everybody who donated, everybody who shared this feed. That's a free way you can help spread our message. Sharing our Instagram posts and our YouTube videos, bigcattv.com, instagram.com/bigcatrescue. All of that really helps the cats. And if you guys have any holiday shopping to do, please check out our 3 websites: bigcatrescue.biz, catrescue.biz, and amazon.com/bigcatrescue. If you shop naturally on Amazon, please use Amazon Smile. If you go to smile.amazon.com and you choose Big Cat Rescue as your charity, they donate 0.5% of all your purchases directly to the cats, and that adds up to a lot of extra money. Really helps the cats provide for them. Yeah, you hanging out waiting on second breakfast? Second breakfast. He's been doing this a lot lately. It's really funny. You're getting really fluffy. Look at that. Look at that belly. Alright, everybody. Well, like I said, make sure you go back and watch from the beginning. A few minutes in, you'll get a glimpse at Moses. You'll see King Tut playing in his cute little Halloween enrichment. You'll see Max and Marianne. You'll get to see Breezy and Frosty. Lots of the small cats along the way. I believe later this afternoon on the Dodo, you'll see some tigers getting pumpkins. So I really, really appreciate you guys joining me today, and I will see you all again soon. Say bye, Gilly. This just screams Monday morning to me. Yeah. Thank you all. I hope you have a great Monday. Ooh. Ooh. Thanks, everybody. See you later.